Welcome back to Profiles in Caring as we continue our look today at the Children of Ethiopia Education Fund. We're going to fast forward a couple of years now as the founders of this organization decide to try something new. And photojournalist Lynn Peterson was there. It is early November 2004, and COEF has the inspiration to expand its program from just sponsoring a single girl to now an entire village.
The Coca School Project especially was probably one of the highlights of the trip, where we're actually going to be involved in assisting a community to build their own school in an area where they've never had a school before.
It's not an easy task. First, identifying the best village to help, and then convincing village leaders that this can and will happen.
I think also those elders saw that our hearts were with them, and that's what I try to convey to them, is that we are all one people, we're all one world, and we really all have a responsibility to raise the world's children. One of the elders said, "We've always talked about doing this, we just didn't know how to do it. We never had the funds, we never said we've been praying for something like this to happen, and these Burunjis, these Americans, come over and they're making this dream a reality for us."
And none of this would have been made possible without the help of a woman named Mulu.
There's all these kids who have no idea what's going on elsewhere, and they're not in school. It's a bit difficult for the community to send them to school, or since they're mostly not educated, formally educated, they can't see what is needed for their kids. You know, they have kids, and then the kids do the same things they did growing up. So to break that cycle, I thought, this idea would have results.
Okay, this is our first good view of the school since we got to Coca. The villagers have really done most of the construction themselves out of mud bricks that they've made from the lake bed. They have their own tin roof on it now. It's going to be ready for school in the fall and permit upwards of 200 students to attend school for the first time in their lives.
Just a year and a half later, we returned to the village of Coca and just witness what's been accomplished. This is emotional for you.
Very. Because, many people don't have a chance to think of an idea, and it materializes. When I started, I thought it would take 5 years, 6 years. Whatever time it takes, little by little we'll get there. But it happened in a year. That's something to be emotional about,
There's one more young girl that captured all of our hearts. Her name is Sophia.
Sophie, the interesting thing is getting to her home. It's not like we can just pull the taxi up or the car up and walk out and walk in her front door. We have to hike probably about a quarter of a mile through mud up to our ankles. It's a tough place to get to, and to get from her house to where her school is, probably about a 45-minute walk, and she walks it every day and walks home every day. Her home itself is very humble home, but the parents are very loving and very kind.
Sophia has definitely been blessed by the opportunities provided by the COEF sponsorship. But young Sophia is just one of a handful of even luckier Ethiopian girls who now have an opportunity to visit a land most Ethiopians only see on television, the United States. As one of the select 15, Sophia is now a member of the Mazgana dancers.
As we travel to the schools, the thing that we really enjoyed when they do a program for us and do their Ethiopian singing and dancing, and the Ethiopian dancing is unlike anything I've ever seen. A couple of years ago, literally kind of hit me in the middle of the night. I thought, it'd be fun maybe form a group of maybe 10 to 12 girls from our program, they're just students in our program, and form a dance group and bring them to the States.
dancing with some pretty sophisticated American dancers in some circumstances, weren't they? Like in Harlem?
Absolutely. At Harlem, Arthur Mitchell. If you know anything about dancing, you know Arthur Mitchell. And he came right out of his director's chair. He stood up. Wow, they're awesome. He says, I can't believe it. I've been trying and trying and trying to teach these students for several years about muscle isolation, the head and the body being separate. They're doing it. They've shown them. He was beyond words.
So you think you can change the country?
Not only can we change the country, it's going to be the way the country is changed. It's through education and through education of the women.
My ultimate hope is we will one day visit these girls and see that they are at the university, that they are doctors, they are nurses, they are professional people, they are giving back into the community, to their own families, to their friends, to their community, to their country. By changing one life, it had a ripple effect and changed so many lives.
So, maybe you'd like to help sponsor the education of a young woman in this program, or help with uniforms or school supplies. There are so many ways that for just a little bit of money, you can really make a difference in someone's life. So, if you'd like more information, log on to our website, profilesandcaring.org, and we'll link you to the Children of Ethiopia Education Fund. Before we say goodbye, a hearty thank you to all of my volunteer photographers who helped with this story. Take a look down here. The smiles on these faces, they are images that last a very long time. For my traveling team of Lynn Peterson and Doug Jardine, I'm Kimberly Perkins. For all of us at Profiles and Caring, thanks for watching and thanks for caring.